I think the part that really blew my mind is you saying how you found a way to have empathy and some sort of like forgiveness for the four individuals that assaulted your grandfather. And I think having to relive it again when the case gets opened up again, and to deal with it up until 2021, I think it was
Yep.
like, it's like that having to go through it is the worst thing anyway, and then to have to relive it again, and for it to be opened up, and for innocence to be the topic of conversation, and for then again for it to close, like, but for you to be in a place where you said it's taken you a long time, but you feel like there's a certain level of empathy. I'm like, that is, I mean, walk us through the journey, not the end, because the
Right.
end is the hard part. But
Yeah, the journey's tough because in the immediate reaction, oh yeah, like I said in the book, I had some family members who was gonna handle it themselves. But it was I don't know, it took a while, but then you start to realize no matter what happens, he's not coming back. Right? I couldn't get him back. And I don't know if it was just getting older or the way that I like watch shows, you start learning about the prison system and all this different type of stuff. And you just start realizing that people make mistakes, sometimes bigger than others. But being incarcerated for that long of a time, you know what I mean? If you can show that you're remorseful and everything that's happened, that's when I definitely think you need a second chance at this thing.
did you ever receive any remorse or apology or any sort of thing from them, or that never happened?
No, never. And what's crazy is, like I said, when that case got reopened, that was one of the first times, it was the first time that I actually started finding out details about the case.
Yeah.
Because you think about, like I said, I was in college and my parents wouldn't let me go. They wouldn't let me go to any of the court hearings or anything like that. And over the years, I tell you, my Aunt Rhonda, she the one that be on top of everything. And it was a few times that I used to ask her, I used to be like, Auntie, show me what the boys look like. And she would like pull up a picture or whatnot. And that was like hard to even look at because you start questioning, asking why, like, hell, why would you do this? But as time goes on, you just try to heal.
That's huge, man. To never hear the apology and remorse, and to almost to accept an apology you never received in order to rise above. I mean, that's like, I was going to ask you, what do you think is the toughest thing you've ever done? I'm like, that sounds like the toughest thing anyone's ever had to do.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely one of them. Like I said, I think it was the unexpected situation as far as my granddad. And in the book, like I really like detail, when traumatic things happen, you sort of tend to remember everything down to, I remember scuffing my Jordans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right there by the gym. And it was crazy. It was just a whirlwind how everything happened. That went from the best day on the 14th, seriously, like a movie. The 14th signing my letter of intent to the 15th that happening. You start to realize that, I don't know, like I'm right here thinking about it. Like,
Yeah, I love that,
when
man. Take your
people
time.
when people call you sometimes now or whatnot, like you always hope for the best but expect the worst. When somebody says, yo, did this happen? You know what I mean? Even though that one situation happened, it sort of almost gets you on edge whenever something happens.
Yeah. Well, I think that the book is genuinely like, it's a beautiful dedication to your grandpa. Like, it is like, I can't imagine anyone in the world who wouldn't be super proud to be honored in that way. Like, it's such a beautiful honoring of a person that you loved. And I don't think I've ever read a memoir that felt like an honoring of someone else.
Man, I appreciate it.
I really mean that. It's like, I was reading, I was like, obviously you do share so much about yourself, but so much about yourself is in him.
For sure.
And from him. And so, to read something where someone honors, like almost offering your life as an honoring to him, is to do that in a memoir is very, very special. It's like very special.
How many books have you written?
Written at two.
Two?
I'm on my third, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is one.
Yeah.
And that took a while because like you said, I wanted you to be able to feel like what I was experiencing and what I was going through. And it's cool. It's really cool. It's really cool to hear that you read it all. That sort of made me nervous when you said that too, because because it's probably not always going to be the best or whatnot. But if somebody can draw any experience from it, right? Any experience from it, and I think then that was a win.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to scare you. I just wanted you to know. You know, I feel like when I started to dive into you and it, I was just like, I just needed to feel like I had a real grasp of what you'd gone through to honor you in this way as well.
No, for
Like when
sure.
I sit down with someone, I feel like I'm trying to some degree appreciate and honor their life because it's my ability to also capture you as a human